Now, the interaction of Africans, especially Nigerians, with nature has left the environment in a bad shape. Deforestation, overpopulation, and with the many species of animals in the world, many people do not see the relevance of keeping them around. One animal that would rather be killed than kept is the vulture. But however, this animal plays the role of a scavenger by consuming remnants of food and dead animals, while keeping the environment clean and free from insects that could otherwise cause harm. This is what we'll be talking about. So joining me in the studio to shed more light on the role of vultures in our environment is the author of a children's book, Vultures to the Rescue, and an on-air personality, Mariam Longe. It's nice to have you join me this morning. Yay!
I'm excited. This has been one of my dreams, so yay!
Oh, yay! You know, the point is, like I always say sometimes, because you are on your view with all the other ladies, you know, doing the wonderful work you do. You do a lot of asking the question.
Yeah.
So on the day that you sit and then you'll be asked questions, you'll be like, okay, I used to be at the other side.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah, I know, it's nice. Now, welcome. It's good to have you join me.
Thank you.
Now, you have a beautiful book here.
Thank you very much.
Vultures to the Rescue. We know that in the African context, in fact, growing up, the moment you mention vultures, kill, you know, vultures are not birds that you want to have around. In fact, I remember growing up, they used to have vultures in our place and somehow they had to kill all of them to live. Now, talk to us, how important are vultures in our society? Let's start from there.
Okay. So I'm going to start first by saying vultures were created by God, just like you and I were created by God. And we know God has not made any mistakes when it comes to nature.
Everything was good that He created.
And everything that has been created by God serves a purpose. We all have a role that we play. And if one is taken out, we would feel the effect of the absence of that particular species. So vultures play a very important role in, you know, keeping the balance of our ecosystem in our environment. They are the ones that make sure that the diseases that could come from rotten dead animals are taken away, because they eat them. They eat them up so quickly that they don't have to rot and then eventually you know, spread contagious diseases that would now affect you and our domestic animals and those animals that we like to keep nice and well in our homes. So God has created them specially for this. You know, they have like a corrosive stomach, so that when they eat these things, it doesn't even affect them. It's not poisonous to them. It does not make them sick, because that is their role. So if we have, imagine now in Lagos State, when Loma is not working, everybody is screaming and shouting, dirty is everywhere.
Exactly.
So that is what we're doing. When we kill vultures, we're taking out the Loma of the environment. We're saying
that's a good way to see it.
We're leaving our environment dirty.
Now, I would like the producers to give us the front page of this book, because the way
they look, right?
You know, on the front cover of this book, you know, vultures are busy doing the work that, you know, one is driving in here, the other is, you know, trying to pick, you know, some things, some garbage and all of that. Cleaning in progress. I like the analogy of this book, but talk to us, what was on your mind when you came up with this book, the concept of this book?
Yes, so I've always been an environmental enthusiast, environmental protection and, you know, sustainability.
And conservation.
So I'm the sort of person that would tell you about, oh, don't use plastics, use, you know, throw that away and use something more sustainable. Yes, I'm the sort of person that plants a tree, plants flowers and plants around my house. I'm always, you know, doing
conscious of all those things.
Good. And then eventually I got to meet with Nigerian Conservation Foundation. And then they made me an advocate and a voice for their Save Vultures campaign. To be honest, when I first joined, I also didn't understand the important roles that vultures really played. I just knew that don't kill things that you don't have to kill. But when I also understood that, see how important they are, it really moved me. And then we get to have events and children are there. And I noticed that sometimes the children don't sort of get it. I was like, no, if we want to change the mindset, we need to start early. Because for a lot of us, we're already gone. No matter what you tell some people about vultures, like, no.
Oh, yes.
But with children, we start teaching them early.
With the thinking that, vultures.
Are you sure?
Witches, you know, those kind of things in the mind.
Exactly. So many children, that is their introduction to vultures. They are ugly, they are witches, they are bad. And I wanted to change that quickly for them, so that for them, the introduction of a vulture is these vultures clinging up. And they look so cute and so exciting.
It just tells the story. It just tells the entire story of what they do.
What they do. So this book was really because I wanted Nigerian children and children all over the world to get to know the vultures for exactly who they are, that they are important to our environment. They are our helpers, they are our friends. And so I use colors and images that are relatable to children. And I have to tell you, I'm so glad with the positive reviews I've been getting.
Amazing.
Children are reading this book, sending me reviews of how now they understand what vultures are. So in a few years, when they're adults, like sitting...
Oh yeah, they'll understand better.
They will not be talking about vultures, the ugly birds. They'll be talking about vultures, the helpers.
Exactly.
And how they have helped in the conservation of these birds.
Amazing.
So,
now for those, for the children who may never have seen a physical vulture, you know, because you need to be in some kind of places or some kind of cities to see a vulture physically. For those who don't see, are there videos that they see apart from reading about them?
Okay, so the Nigerian Conservation Foundation and also Omo Resorts have done a few videos which show the vultures in their natural element. So, and I have those pictures posted on my social media, and I also try to post some of the real life images of these vultures so that a child can identify them. And also that's why we're also talking about the conservation of these animals so that our children can see them. When I was growing up in Jos, it was easy to see vultures just hanging around.
Exactly.
The children now don't see them. So when we start this conservation of these animals, protecting them and keeping them, our children will eventually get to see them. So that's the role. But about the book again.
Yes.
Even though it's about...
I'm going through the pages, and you know, I would like you to let us know.
Yes.
You know,
a little bit
about the book. You know, the persons in the book, the personifications, and all of the people in the book.
Okay.
What the storylines are.
Yes. So yes, this book is definitely first about vultures and teaching us what their role is, but also it was important for me to highlight a part of Nigeria I feel we don't really hear about in most stories. So when you take a Nigerian book, you get the usual Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa names. But I highlighted the Middle Belt.
Oh, that's
so
amazing.
The names, you find names,
Yay,
Jukun, so you find Jukun names, Birom names, Tarok names, you know. They're, even though we're all Nigerians, many Nigerians find these names strange. Like, what names are these?
Where are they from?
Good. So it was important for me to highlight.
Tell them it's part of Nigeria.
Good.
Yeah, that's
so
it.
You have names like Nkasire, Siseng, you know. And then I also used our indigenous names for the birds. So vultures in Hausa are called Angulu.
Angulu.
Good.
Exactly.
In Igbo, they're called Udele.
Okay.
In Yoruba, Igun or Gunugun. So we use those names so that even Nigerian children can say, okay, vultures, these are the names in my own language, or these are names of the vultures from my country. Right. And also, some of the kids who have read, some of the kids in diaspora that have read this, parents have said it's given their children who've never been home a glimpse of what Nigeria looks like, home looks like. And so it was important to me to tell the story of the vulture alongside the story of how rich and how diverse our culture is.
All right. Well, we don't have all the time right now, but I understand you have a book reading exercise sometime soon. Can you tell us about that?
Yes. So on the 22nd of this month, in commemoration of the World Book and Copyright Day, we're having a book reading.
I'm reading about the vultures.
Yes. So we're reading about the vultures. I say join the conversation on conservation. Amazing. That's all. So it's at the American Corner, and we're doing this in collaboration and with the support of the United States Government Exchange Alumni Association. Amazing. This is an umbrella body that have done so much to share their knowledge and their resources with Nigerians. Amazing. So we're really excited about that. And secondly, we have these books. They're on Amazon. They're on paperback as well as ebook, and they're also on Konga. Okay. So you can order from them. So you can order from anywhere in the world
and see the vultures getting busy. I like this analogy in the front of the cover page, and it's really nice. It just tells you we're getting busy here. Yes. We're busy. We're busy. Thank you so much, Miriam Lange, for the time on the program and what you do with all of these books and reaching out to children and all of that. It's really amazing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Right.